Good morning, children. In our previous class, we have discussed about the importance of handwriting. How many types of handwritings are generally written by the students, and what are the merits and demerits in those handwritings. Already we have discussed, and finally, we are going to learn Lucida handwriting. Okay. Handwriting, any type of handwriting, either it is cursive or it is lucida or split handwriting, whatever it may be, whichever it may be, generally this handwriting is written in 4 lines. Actually, this topic is discussed yesterday, just it is just a small revision about this. These 4 lines have 4 different names. One is the upper line, the second line is control line, the third line is base line, and the fourth line is lower line. These 4 lines make 3 zones. These 4 lines make 3 zones. Zone. What is the meaning of zone? Actually, zone is a place where a particular letter is written, because as I told you in the earlier class, if a student wrote the word BAG, bag, in this way, this is not the correct way of writing that word. Each and every word has, each and every letter has its basic form and stroke, base form and stroke. These two are different for all the letters of English alphabet. That is why, first of all, we have to find out how many zones are there in this handwriting. These 4 lines make 3 zones. They are the upper zone, the middle zone, the lower zone. What is upper zone? Upper zone means the letters which are written among the first 3 lines are known as the upper zone letters, because this space is known as the upper zone, because this is laid in the upper part of this 4 lines pattern. That is why this zone is known as the upper zone. And some letters are written between the control and base lines. This space is in the middle of this 4 lines pattern. That is why this space is known as the middle zone. The letters which are written between these control and base lines are known as the middle zone letters. And now, some letters are written among the last 3 lines. Some letters are written among the last 3 lines. It means among the control, base and lower lines. This space is generally laid in the lower part of this 4 lines pattern. That is why this zone is known as the lower zone. Upper, middle and lower. There is no any other zone except these 3. But some letters are written among all the 4 lines. It means among all the 3 zones. So, those letters which are covered all the 3 zones or among all 4 lines are known as the mixed zone letters or free zone letters. Mixed zone or free zone letters. F is such letter. Okay, I will write that letter in the upper zone letters. To write these letters, zone wise letters, First of all, we have to take the upper zone letters. Upper zone. This is very, very important zone. To write these letters, we need two strokes. They are, one is the common stroke of upper zone, or the stroke is known as the upper zone stroke, and the other one is the oval shape. Upper zone stroke and oval shape. With the help of these two, we can write these upper zone letters. Now I am going to write with the help of these two strokes. The first upper zone letter is B. First we have to write this upper zone stroke like this. After that, we should not write the round shape, but oval we have to write. This one is B. We should write B by leaving the gap between these two lines, upper zone stroke and the upper part of this oval shape. Between these two we have to maintain some gap. We should not write like this. This is the wrong way of writing B, and this is the correct way of writing B. Okay? Okay, next, the second upper zone letter is D. D also written with the help of the oval shape and this upper zone stroke. One is the oval shape like this we have to write, and the second stroke is an upper zone stroke. We have to write like this, the upper zone stroke. After writing this oval shape, the upper zone stroke, it should touch the two edges of this oval shape. We should not write like this. We have to maintain a gap at the bottom for the letter D, just as we have maintained for B at the top. The same gap should be maintained while writing D at the bottom. Okay? Next, as I told you earlier, the letters which covers all the three zones or which are written among all four lines are known as the mixed zone letters or free zone letters. Now I am going to write the mixed zone letter, that is F. This can be written in all the three zones or among all four lines. Next, the upper zone letter is H. The first stroke is the common stroke of upper zone or upper zone stroke, and the second one is this one. Here also we have to maintain the oval shape. We should not write like this. We should not make an angle here. And somebody used to write like this. This is also the wrong way of writing H. We should not make any angle here. Just after writing the upper zone stroke, we have to make a hemisphere here, H. The next upper zone letter is K. The common stroke of upper zone or upper zone stroke, a small callus of oval shape and a curve at the bottom. This is K. The next upper zone letter is L. It is nothing but the common stroke of upper zone or upper zone stroke and a small stroke to the left side, to the right side of the letter. Next, T. Regarding T, we should be careful because all the letters of upper zone have taken a slant towards the right side at the top. But T doesn't take any slant. We should not write like this. A straight line up to the baseline and a curve to the right side and a small hyphen at the top. This is T. We should not write T like this. This is the wrong way of writing T and this is the correct way of writing T. Okay? These are the upper zone letters, 6 upper zone letters along with one mixed zone letter, that is F. These 7 letters are written in the upper zone. Okay? Upper zone is very, very important because from the base line or from the base shape of the letter, as I told you earlier, this is the base form of B. Just we are lifting the stroke up to the upper line. Which letters will be lifted up and which strokes of letters are lifted up and some letters are dragged up to the lower line. So we have to find the difference between these two. That is why upper zone is a very, very important zone in the handwriting. Okay? Now I will show you how some students write these upper zone letters in an improper way. Somebody used to write B like this. They argue this is also the oval shape. Yes, this is the oval shape, but the oval shape should not written like this. It should be written like this. So after writing the stroke, oval shape should be written like this. We should not start the oval shape at the bottom of this upper zone stroke. From the bottom we should not start it. From the middle of this stroke we have to start like this. That is good handwriting. Not this, but this. Okay? Next, somebody used to write D in an improper way. I will show you. This is also the oval shape, but oval shape should not be written like this. It should be written like this. We should not complete the oval shape. Just a simple gap should be maintained there. And these two edges have to join with the upper zone stroke like this. Then the letter will be legible. D. And regarding H, somebody used to write H in this way. Somebody used to write like this. These two are the wrong ways of writing H. The right way of writing H is this one. We should make a small hemisphere at the top of this stroke. Next, K, very, very important letter K. After writing the upper zone stroke, a small callus should be made like this. If you are not able to write this small callus like this, you do one thing. Just you can write like this also, no problem. But don't make a large callus like this. It will become into R, cursive R. So be careful when you are writing K, small k. Next, L. So many used to write L in this way. Gradually it will become into C. So don't write L in this way. The correct way of writing L is dragging on this upper line, slight dragging on this upper line like this, and from there we have to take a slant. From the slant it is almost straight line, and a small hyphen will be given to the right side of the letter. Okay? This is the correct way of writing L. And T, somebody used to write T in this way, as I told you earlier. T does not take any slant towards the right side at the top of the letter. It is only the straight line up to the base line and a curve to the right side and a hyphen at the top. So, write T in this way, not in this way, but in this way. Okay? These are the upper zone letters which are written in the proper way with the help of these two strokes. The first stroke is the common stroke of upper zone, that is upper zone stroke, and the vowel shape. With the help of these two we can write these letters. Okay? And if you divide these letters into different strokes, I will show you how these letters are written with the help of different strokes. This is the first stroke and this is the second stroke. If you join these two, it will become into B. For D, vowel shape and upper zone stroke. Upper zone stroke plus vowel shape and vowel shape plus upper zone stroke. These two are different. Next, H. First is the upper zone stroke, the second one is an oval shape like this. In our handwriting copybook, all these strokes were given like this. And to write K, this is the first stroke plus this is the second stroke plus this is the third stroke. Next, L. L also divided into two strokes. The first one is the upper zone stroke and the second one is a small hyphen to the right side of the letter. If you join these two, it will become into L. And T also can be divided into two parts. This is the first part and this is the second part. If we join these two strokes, it will become into T like this. Okay? Okay, students. Up to now we have written these upper zone letters. The letters which are confined or permitted among the first three lines are known as the upper zone letters. These upper zone letters we have written in first four lines. And in our Sri Chaitanya Techno schools, some students, those who are studying in CBSE, they have to write their subject notebooks in 2 lines and they have to write their examinations also in 2 lines. Not in the 4 lines, but in the 2 lines. For them, and some students, those who are writing on plain papers, for them also, I am going to write all the upper zone letters again on the board within 2 lines and also on the plain surface. Okay. First of all, I will write these letters in 2 lines. All the upper zone letters I will write in 2 lines. The primary thing in handwriting is we should practice the handwriting in 4 lines. It is compulsory. After a clear practice, we may get an idea about the zones, up to what extent the base is permitted, and up to what extent some upper zone strokes should be lifted up, and up to what extent some lower zone strokes should be dragged down. Like this, we may get an idea about the strokes and the bases. After practicing 4 lines only, it will be happen. After that, you can write in 2 lines as well as on plain surface also with the perfect zone sizes and the stroke sizes. Okay. Now I am going to show you how to write these upper zone letters in 2 lines and on plain surface also. Okay. If you are writing in 2 lines, the letter B, this is the base and this is the stroke. So base should be taken up to the 50% of these 2 lines. Up to here we have to take. After writing this stroke, the vowel shape should be written like this. After writing this vowel shape, these 2 should be up to the middle of this 2 lines pattern. Next, F. H. This is also up to the half of the 2 lines pattern. K. L and T also. This is the way of writing the upper zone letters in 2 lines pattern. Perhaps these letters are very small letters. For your visual perfection, I will write these letters again on the board in the broad lines. The same lines, but I have drawn with a simple broadness. Okay. Up to the 50% of these 2 lines. D, F, H, K, L and T. Okay? And I will write these upper zone letters on plain surface also, because most of our students, they easy to write their examinations on plain surface, and some subject notes notebooks also they have to write on white paper. That is why I will write these letters on a plain surface also. Okay, is it clear now? Next I am going to write on a plain surface. This is the letter B, this is the letter D, this is the letter F, this is the letter H, this is the letter K, L and T. Even on plain surface, these letters are written, the zones will be maintained perfectly. Even on the plain surface, if we have written these letters, this will be possible after a clear practice. Okay? Again I am going to write these letters on plain surface. Just observe me how I am writing. B, D, F, H, K, L and T. Actually, practicing in 4 lines is the correct way of practicing the handwriting. That is why in our Sri Chaitanya the handwriting books are given with the 4 lines, even for the students of CBSE and the techno and non-techno students also. For all the 4 lines handwriting copy books are given. It is because the practice of handwriting is must be done in 4 lines. After a clear practice only you can get an idea up to what extent the letters are base letters and the strokes letters, all these should be practiced with the 4 lines only. Okay? Now, as I told you earlier, the upper zone is very, very important in small letters. Actually, the 95%, more than 95% of handwriting is consisted of the small letters. Most of the handwriting consisted of small letters. Because whenever we are starting the fresh line or a fresh paragraph, or even in the middle of the paragraph, if a sentence is completed with a full stop, then the second line will be started, the starting of the second line or the starting of the first line. These are written in the capital form. The other letters are written in the small font only. And whenever we are writing even in the middle of the paragraph the names, it means nouns of particular places, persons, those are written in the capital form. The remaining letters are written in the small form only. That is why the small letters are very, very important. That too, the upper zone letters are very, very important. In the small letters, upper zone letters are very, very important, because up to what extent the letters will be written and up to what extent the base will be permitted, all these things are written in these upper zone letters. Okay.